On Wednesday, February 20th, everyone was hyped about the UNC vs Duke matchup. People paid up to $3,000 for tickets, and even former President Barack Obama came to watch the game. And as tip-off commenced, the game seemed like it would go well. Everything would be exciting, it would be a back and forth game, and it would be entertaining to watch. But then, about 35 seconds into the game, Zion's shoe snapped, and he sprained his knee. He was done for the night. UNC beat Duke by 16 points, but that wasn't the main event. There were a lot of questions on what Zion was going to do, whether or not he was going to play. There were a lot of questions on what Duke was going to do, and there were a lot of questions on Nike's end. In this video, we're going to try and talk about some of those things. So, the big question for Zion is, should he play college basketball or not? And I'm going to be on the side of unpopular opinion here, and I think that he should keep playing. And I think Zion thinks he should too. In an interview about a month ago when people were saying Zion should stop playing, he told Josh Graham, "I just can't stop playing. I'd be letting my teammates down, I'd be letting Coach K down, I'd be letting a lot of people down. I came to college to play for Duke." And I commend Zion for his commitment to Duke. Not a lot of people would play after this injury, especially if they had star status like him. I think Zion just has that love for the game and that killer instinct. He wants to do everything he can to win at all levels. It doesn't matter if he gets injured or not, he just wants to win a title. Don't be surprised if Zion suits up and tries to win a national championship with Duke in March. A lot of people are asking, what is Duke going to do without Zion? But I want to be more specific than that. My question is, what is RJ Barrett going to do without Zion in the lineup? We all know that RJ's been a talented player since high school. He was the #1 prospect out of the ESPN 100 class of 2018. But coming into Duke and during the season, I think it's safe to say that Zion has overshadowed him as the best player on the team. And with Zion out, this means that Barrett is the best player on the Duke team. He has to lead them to victories now, and I think this is going to have a big effect on his draft stock, either positively or negatively. And I think Barrett knows this, so he's taken things into his own hands. Against Syracuse on February 23rd, Barrett put up 30 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, all on 14 of 20 shooting, and he led Duke to a victory. If he keeps playing like this, I think he'll vault over Ja Morant for the #2 spot. I think a lot of people forgot how good Barrett is, and it's time for him to show it again. However, if he becomes inconsistent like some have called him this season and Duke starts losing, don't be surprised if his draft stock falls a bit. Another big question is, what does this mean for Nike as a company? I'm sure that Nike felt the effect of the Zion injury. Their stock fell about 1.5 or 1.7% after it, and there was a lot of distrust with the company. There's been a lot of public backlash as well, a lot of people saying Nike claims to make the best shoes for every athlete, and yet they can't even support one of the best athletes in the world. There are also people saying this didn't happen when Zion was wearing the Harden Volume 1, or there's Boogie saying this wouldn't have happened in Puma shoes. What people are saying, yeah, it's bad, it might be true, but it's all short term. People are going to forget about this in relatively few weeks. However, Nike may have just lost one of the biggest stars we've seen in the past decade, and they might lose future prospects because of this. And yes, I know a lot of young prospects are still going to want to sign with Nike. I think a lot of kids have dreamed of having their signature shoe, and I think a lot of them have pictured it with the signature checkmark on it. But don't be surprised if the shoe market looks a lot more diverse, with a lot more people going to Adidas, Under Armour, maybe even Big Baller Brand. I was just kidding with Big Baller Brand, by the way. I won't be surprised if Nike loses Zion over this and he decides to sign with Adidas. He said that the Harden Volume 1 has been his favorite shoe for some time, so why would he want to play in some other brand? Finally, I want to talk about how this injury affects the NBA and the NCAA. The NCAA, I think, should be really scared right now that they might lose a bunch of top prospects because they go straight into the NBA. In fact, the NBA has proposed a rule change where players at the age of 18 can declare for the NBA draft. The NBA is scared as well because they might lose some future superstars as well because of an injury in college. But all in all, the NCAA and the NBA, they're just trying to make their money off these kids. Perhaps to counter this rule, the NCAA might say they're gonna pay their players finally after so many years. I mean, don't you think the NCAA has made enough money off ticket sales because of these big name players, and gamblers have made enough money betting on these games? Shouldn't the student athletes get some of that cut too? There's also this argument that college gets the players more prepared for the NBA, but there have been a bunch of NBA players who have gone straight out of high school and done just fine. And yes, I know that not everybody is a Kobe Bryant or a LeBron James or a Kevin Garnett. It's all in the player's decision. They gotta be smart enough whether or not they're good enough to go straight into the NBA and get paid. If not, they gotta go to college and polish up their skills a little and then get the bag. But with all that being said, don't forget to hit the like button, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on post notifications. But with all that being said, I'd like to hear your thoughts on this situation. Don't forget to comment down below, and I'll try to get to the comments if I can. Thanks for watching the video, and tune in for the next one. Have a good one, guys.